Date number 4, the lovely Jennifer, car salesman, car salesperson, saleswoman, and aerobics instructor, fitness competition participant. Let's start with the beginning of the date. So you guys started off by going to positive passions.
Yes.
Where part of the date is sort of I'll call it a class or instruction on
Tantra.
what I'll call intimate yoga. Tantra.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so this is really personal, lots of physical touching, lots of stuff.
Yeah, it was pretty intense.
So unlike the other dates who've had to sort of eventually cross the physicality barrier, you had a date that's...
It was all over that barrier.
Right.
It was right there the whole time.
So is that good or bad? Like, is this way you didn't get to sort of, I want to say, make your play? I mean, it sort of was built in.
Yeah, well, I don't know, I thought it was good. I mean, other than the situation, I don't think it'd be a first date for everybody that you just normally go on.
Yes.
But, I mean, given the situation, we just kind of embraced it and went with it.
So I wanted to ask you about that. Would that be a date you would normally, like,
No.
would you recommend that to somebody?
For a first date?
Yeah.
If you're okay with it, I guess.
Right.
But yeah, no, it's probably not something you would typically even
Right.
think of to do for a
Because
first
it's
date.
it is in fact pretty passionate.
Yeah, it was really passionate.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make the assumption that you're thinking, oh, I like Chris, I'd like to date him, and going forward. But there must be there must be one thing you're thinking, well, what about that? You know what I mean? Like you meet a guy, you go, oh, I really like him, but there's one thing that I got to see how that part of him turns out. Is there an area of Chris that you kind of go, it gives me some doubts? Youth, maybe?
Well, maybe, yeah. Yeah, well, yes and no. I mean, it depends. I don't know. Like, you just have to get to know the person, and I mean, it's one date.
Yeah.
It's hard to kind of judge,
Right.
you know, on one date. But yeah, he sounds like he's pretty focused and he wants to get into his career and whatnot. And like, I'm at that point where we talked about it, like the whole bar scene thing and going out and every weekend, and I'm over that, and it sounds like he is too.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, it's not like I don't want to go out and have a good time every once in a while, but it just doesn't happen as often anymore.
Okay, you are the first date who got Chris back to your place. None of the other gals have managed to lure Chris into the cave, as it were. How'd that work out?
It was good, yeah. Well, you know, it's like, do you want to do the awkward, cold kiss on the step when the driver's standing right there? I just said, well, come on in, check out my place. We were talking about how I just finished my basement, so I just kind of wanted to give him the quick tour and check out my place.
And it was just a quick tour?
Yes, it was fairly quick. Actually, I was open to the idea of him sticking around a little longer, but he learned his lesson from staying up too late. I have a busy day today. It was good that we just kind of said, okay, I'll come in at 15, 20 minutes. You know.
Number 4, Jennifer, and tomorrow we will meet Bachelorette number 5, Annie, and then final rose on Friday. Thanks, Jen.
You're welcome.